In this video, I want to talk about how anything in this world is possible. Why am I even making this video to begin with? Honestly, for two main reasons. Number one, I noticed that it takes this level of thinking to even have a chance to achieving your wildest dreams or to achieve something greater than the norm. And the second reason is that I noticed that a fair amount of people, or a good amount of people to be honest with you, they have limiting beliefs. And what's crazy is that a lot of people, they dream big, but a lot of people I noticed, like, while they dream big, they honestly don't believe that that dream is even possible to begin with. And I honestly do believe that anything in this world is possible. And the thing is that I have dreams too, I have dreams to one day owning a sports car. I have dreams one day to impact a lot of people when it comes to my fitness journey, my personal life journey, and overall just improving as a person, and just inspiring people to take on that journey for themselves. Because I honestly believe that as I showcase my journey, as I showcase the progress that I'm doing, that if I can do it and you guys can see me from the very beginning to far in the future when I already made it, then it will inspire you guys to also do it too. Not only do I have dreams to impact a lot of people, but I also want to own tangible businesses. And this is crucial because when you own something, you get to really have control in how you can really help your community, because you're providing a service to your community that they really need. And in exchange, obviously you profit off of it, but profit is there, money is money, but at the end of the day, it's about how much people you can really help. And the thing is that I want to acquire a lot of resources, and to acquire a lot of resources, you honestly need to believe that anything is possible in this world. Because what happens if you don't believe that anything is possible in this world? You're gonna just live the typical average life, which is getting a good career, having a certain amount of resources, and that's good, and it's really good when it comes to living a good life. But when you want to impact a lot of people, you need an abundance of resources. And how are you going to get that abundance of resources if you're just living like the norm? And it's not only just me, but you guys too. You guys have dreams of your own, and the problem is that I noticed that like I said before, that you guys honestly don't believe that it's possible, when in reality your dreams are possible. There's somebody in this planet right now that's living your dream, and you have to ask yourself, like, why can't it be you? Like, if somebody else can do it, it's obvious that it's possible. It works. It's proven to work. The concept is solidified. But why can't it be you? Why can't you also, showcase it as if, you're living your own dream? And one thing that I noticed that makes it hard for people to even start is that they fear judgments. And the reality is that you have to think of it like this. You only live once. Regret is way worse than failing. I promise you that. I promise that, you guys can think of something right now that you regret not doing. And if you compare that to something where, you made a mistake, I promise you that, the feeling of regret is way worse than, trying something and failing. Because one, you were too scared to do and you never done, so you don't know how it would end up. Versus the other outcome, which is, you failed, but you know how it would come out to be. You know the outcome. And you have to think of it like this. Like, you may be scared of judgment, but the reality is that a lot of these people, like, I'll give you guys an example. Let's say you have a passion of recording. You want to record videos. You want to put yourself out there when it comes to, social media and whatnot. And you're just scared because, you're scared of judgment from an abundance of people. But the reality is you have to ask yourself, are these people, even going to be at your funeral to begin with? And if not, it just makes no sense. Like, why do you even care to begin with? If you want to record videos, you have a passion for creating content and impacting a lot of people at a large scale, I mean, why do you care about, what other people think? Because these people, like I said before, they're not even going to be at your funeral to begin with. And if you don't record and you don't, like, try to fulfill that dream of yours, or at least even try, I promise you the feeling of regret when you're on your deathbed is going to be a lot worse worse than if you were to record and let's say it fails, it flops all the way. At least then, you know, when you're on your deathbed, you get to tell yourself, oh, you know, I tried this, at least I tried that. You know, it may not go your way, but you tried it. And the thing is that most of the dreams that you guys have that is proven to work as somebody else right now is living your dream, that can also be you, like I said before. The reason is because that you guys have to think of it like this. They have a proven formula, and as long as you get to, you know, do whatever it takes to, you know, build a similar formula for yourself, you could very well live that same life. But in order to live the same life that they are, or, you know, even better, or in a way that you really want to live, at least for yourself, you have to have this mindset where, you know, anything is possible. Because if you stay having a limited belief, it's just going to be a lot harder for you to, you know, to grow, to progress, to achieve things that, you know, a lot of people think, you know, is not possible. And that's really what I want to wind everything back into, because that's the topic for today's video, which is you have to honestly believe that anything is possible. And it's true, because if somebody else can do it, you can do it. So anything in this world is possible. That's all I have for you guys in this video. That's really what I wanted to talk about, because it's one of the major roadblocks that people go through when it comes to, you know, breaking from what they're living right now to, you know, trying to pursue their dreams to begin with. And yeah, if you like content like this and you're interested in my journey and how I'm going to improve over time, you know, mentally, my physique wise, and etc., be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.